let's go how I arrived to that. I'm a perfectionist, yeah. So everything I do, I am passionate about what I do, and so at work, I was always providing the perfect product and service, and all the clients were telling me that, yeah, oh Patrick, that's so good, and that we were searching for that, and no comparison with the rest, and but I was struggling with my business. I didn't know how to attract more clients, more business, because all my energy was going into the service, in the product itself, yeah, and. I was always thinking, yeah, I am the problem. Yeah, so I just, as perfectionist, just working harder and harder and harder, and putting more energy in the product till I burn out. And I burned out, and I lost everything. My company went bankruptcy, and my wife got also fed up of always these long hours working and saving on the coast, so she left. Yeah. And that's why I said, okay, but never ever again. So what I want to search is, what I want to work on is to find a solution to create a system that we can be confident about the cash flow. Yeah, so a system that every business owner can know. Now I get regular the client that I need. Yeah, the client is coming and lining up in front of the door, so I can focus on my mission, on my product, on what I love to do, what I want to serve, yeah, without to have this worry of the cash flow, which is the plague of most business. Yeah, so I'm now doing this since 20 years. I'm since 30 years in business, but 20 years now, especially on this cash flow, helping business doing that. And most of the business, one of the biggest problem, yeah, running after the money. They have good product, good service, passion, they want to do something, but in the end, they tell me, in the end, I'm doing 20% my passion, and 80% I'm running after money, doing business, or running after the people who did not pay me, or finding the next client. Yeah, so that's where I spent 2 years developing a strategy for that, and I ended up with a 4-step strategy that brings regular the client online, and it has grown over the year. Doing this, okay, now let's find a place in the world where life is not too expensive, and the way I can work, where I can really put now 1 year. The plan was to say, now I make 1 year where I work on this strategy to find a solution that will help me for what, not face the same problem again, and can help thousands of other people that suffer from the same thing, which when I spoke in the story of the cash flow, when you start a business, or even for any business, people 20, 30 business, that's something I always hear coming over and over again. So I decided to go to Egypt, yeah, and as I said, let's do it on the diving industry, so I can bring my bows knowledge, yeah, so the digital world, marketing, and the diving industry. So I started the scuba diving portal in Egypt, and work on this strategy, tested it, and Egypt is one of the capital in the world for scuba diving. Yeah, Australia, the Great Barrier Reef, for the Red Sea. Egypt is I would say the biggest place. So I was right in the center of this industry. Life was easy, was cheap, and I could really monitor, yeah, what I was doing for the diving industry in the background. So I was on place, and the people didn't know that I'm there. I was building this portal because the goal was not to go to face people; it's really to make something online that works from alone. And it become huge. But in fact, I did 2 years. What I was planning, I said, let's spend 1 year on just no financial interest, just working on the strategy. I did 2 years, and in total it was 5 years that I've really worked intensively on that. But after 2 years, that's where I started to market it. Yeah, the website, the scuba diving portal, become a huge success. Reach about 1 million visitors yearly, And that's where suddenly people start to come to me and say, oh, whatever I Google, I Google in the beginning, it was not even Google, whatever I search online, I always find your website. Can you not do this for my business? And that's how it's come. We started so FairTech, the first name was Scuba Promotion. And because we were working for the scuba diving industry, then people from other industries started to ask, yeah, but can you do this also for us? And the first client was pushing because they know me from long. As I was saying, I was a perfectionist. They were very happy of my service, so from long ago. And they knew if they asked me that I will really be full dedicated to their work. And they insisted a lot. And I said, look, my team don't have the experience for your industry. I don't have it. And for me, for the scuba diving industry, we have all the keywords, all the tricks. We have them in the drawer. We can do it. We're much cheaper, much faster, much more efficient than any competitors because the analysis already done. So we have everything ready. So but I said let's try. I said let's do 3 months. 3 months for them. I say I know them, I trust them. Yes, I said okay. I do 3 months for free. Then I can see, does it work for me, and does it work for you? Do you get the outcome that you really can? I do it, and what I do, does it bring the result you're expecting? We did this after the 3 months when we met to take the decision. And I bring the statistic reporting. I told them, look, that's for me, it's like cutting butter in summer. So it's very easy because the diving industry is the tourism industry, very strong competition in the market. And so suddenly we were in another industry. So all the trick we knew, we could use them and apply them. So for me, it's very easy. All the team find it's also easy. I'm ready to do it, but do you get the result you look? And they say, oh yes, it's amazing, the result. Let's please continue. And in fact, they are still client. After 17 years, they are now still client. So that's how I start to diversify and to realize, wow, the experience you bring from one industry to another industry is like a secret weapon, because each industry is more advanced in certain areas, and if you see, oh, that works well, just translate it and adapt it to the industry. Usually people now down the road, after many years, where online marketing, digital marketing is a must for a company, otherwise they will not exist, and it is the fight of being the best. So what I see now, they all compare what are the other doing, and they do it, and they learn from there. But so an industry suddenly can be very strong in one area because they get better and better and better because everybody copies each other and try to improve it. But there are suddenly other angles that they don't even use. But that other industry use much more. So then you bring suddenly this, and then you have a huge breakthrough for a company. So that's where I realized the power of having experience from different industry. And that's. As I say, it's 17 years now that we start to diversify to different industry. So as I had mentioned, this focus is the cash flow. So there's also to bring this certainty for the business owner that he will have the next client ready coming, so that he can really focus on his mission, on his product, on what he likes to do. The reason why he started business. We all started business because we wanted to do something, provide a service, help on a solution, or work on our passion. And so the business part, the goal is to put this business part a bit on automatic pilot, so that business knows they have regular income. And as everything is online nowadays, so it has a strong, I would say, influence. So part is online, and every business start. 93% of the business start with a search online. So that's why the core of the entire strategy is search engine optimization. So because when people are ready, when they want to hire somebody, buy something, buy a service or product, they first Google it first, they search online, or not only Google, but they search online, and so that's why I have a strong core on that, on search engine optimization, so that when people search something online, that your service yourself are visible there, because that's where it starts, and in fact, it's based on as I said, I ended up in the beginning with a 4-step strategy for online marketing mastery, so that you really master your industry, so that I don't find another word in English, to dominate, that's the word. So dominate, that you dominate your industry, so that when somebody search online, your company comes always as first, is visible, is the reference, has good reputation, and then and as I said, I came with the strategy first, with 4-step, and that had been enhanced. So in the beginning, I said the people start to ask, help me, do for me. That works very well. It has worked wonders for everybody that we had this strategy at work, not only for me but for them also. I was very happy about this, but that came with a huge responsibility. To keep this, because once you bring more business to a company, they have to adapt. They get used to, but they have also to adapt. Depending if it's manufacturing, they need to have faster or to have more machines and increase their team, etc. So the responsibility is huge. And some people, we could help them to grow, but they had problem to maintain that, so it's that's really a new difficulty came, and I had to go back to school, to bring my level of marketing higher. That's in '96 that I gave the last polish. I mean, every day we polish this strategy. Every day we always working on it, because things change also online, more than everywhere else. But in '96, and back to school, I graduated on the business mastery of Tony Robbins. So I went to America, and to solve this problem, to make sure we have this regularity that we bring, and then people. So from the Tony Robbins Business Mastery, he has a 7 force of business mastery. There I learned a lot, and that's how I could bring the regularity, create a system that continuously grows. So that's where the strategy started to have a perpetual system. So that's the day I have adapted my strategy with the business mastery. So I don't know if we see well with the camera. So the strategy goes in circle. So once these are pillars that multiply themselves. So if I do a little bit here, let me click maybe a bit more. But the way I learned there, it's in 6 months we go around, and then we go again around, and that's what give this regularity and the continuous growth. And people like Jay Abraham, virtuous of marketing, he went from nothing. He started from nothing to 9.2 billion his net worth now, something like this.
Sure.
So he's really virtuous of marketing now. We hear him quite a lot online, giving advice. And he was one of the teachers there, and from him I could learn how to combine this pillar which I have, that each one. So it's not, the idea is not to become the best in one of the pillar, the best social media and work hours and hours a day and post every day and have millions or hundreds or tens of thousands of followers, but then after many times when we speak with clients, when we ask, but what is the business coming out when we audit the process they have already, and they have a lot of followers. Is okay, so what's the outcome in business? And most of the time it's nearly nothing or very little outcome compared to these followers. So because they just learned something, they heard, because people, entrepreneurs are a bit lost now. That's moved so fast, this online marketing. So and they hear friends, I use social media, Facebook. What Facebook? For B2B use Facebook. Yes, I use it. And after they have a huge success, and then they try to reproduce that, and they put all the energy there, and they don't get the result. And or they take a course, or they hear something about or they read a book, and that will be full on this strategy. You will spend all your time on one thing, but what brings the result is in fact the combination of those different pillars that you have. And all those pillars from the learning from J. Abraham, I had to use pillars that multiply themselves. So the trick is not to do a perfect thing here and put all your energy there, is to do just a little bit there, just what is necessary, what makes the difference, and you move on to the next step, and you do also just the minimum what makes the difference. And those pillars, this is what I have worked so long to combine them, see what combines themselves well. If I do here something and here something, that will double the result of what I did there. And this one will again double the result of the two ones, so that in the end, all your effort are multiplied, it's become a huge leverage. So you get 10 times more result, and you put much less energy in it. So that's why you can diversify. And J. Abraham, I've learned there, this combination of pillars that multiply themselves, that gives much more outcome. Plus also tricks how to do the right thing, how you can do things that it's only open to companies with multi-million budget, that monthly or yearly, but with this strategy I could find combined things that we could do, things that small company can do that with very little budget, or just a little bit of time and no budget. They can get those huge results instead of millions. So that's how it arrived. That's the strategy, and that's to what was the word I was searching for? It's not to master, to dominate. To dominate your market. So that when somebody goes online or wherever he goes, he sees your company, you there, you're the reference, you have good reputation on it, you're the one giving advice, you're all those steps that are in place, that makes that the people is not you searching anymore. So the whole thing is about not you searching for client, but it's the client coming to you and hoping that you will be able to help them or to serve them.
So if I can summarize from what I hear correctly, is as a company you provide a system in which they can operate, because the likes of digital marketing is huge. It's not just your website, it's not just your search engine optimization. It's massive. There's various different areas and elements. So what you're saying is your core initially is obviously the search engine optimization, but you've developed an entire system that every elements that you can look at in your digital marketing sphere are linked in, but also at the same time, because you have confidence of the amount of lead generation you're going to get, because instead of chasing clients are finding you because you satisfy their need, which is actually what marketing is all about. But it's then in the consumer's hand or your potential client's hands or whatever to come get you. And once you've got that huge growth that starts coming through, you're able as a business to not only handle it, but grow and increase your capacity at the same time to keep that business and then keep growing from there on. Is that the correct sort of summarization of what it is?
Yes. It's a nice rephrasing. I always have problem to position this whole thing because it's so far, all those actions that we do, but it's quite a nice, how we say, condensed information. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I must say, I like to network, and anybody who knows me well says, Chris, you network. I've met hundreds of people all around the world This situation of being able to chat to people around the world now via Zoom for me is fantastic because I love meeting people. But this is the first company that I've ever come across that doesn't just say, okay, we only do SEO or search engine optimization. We'll dabble in a little bit of social media for you, maybe do some Google AdWords, but we just do that. It's the first time I've actually heard a business that says, cool, we do that, but we take everything into account and we make sure that you go through a whole process with you together so that you can grow and you don't just have this one singular thought of an outcome of, I need to rank first on Google. You are working on a system that every touch point a person comes across when they're searching is the same, it's the same message, and that the person or business is visible on every single one of those touch points. I've never heard of that before.
You have quite explained it well, this situation. Yes, it is quite special, and we don't try to do it all ourselves. Yes, so because it's interesting. Sometimes when you see new agency, there's a lot of agency coming up like mushroom after the rain. Due to the demand. Everybody has to go online. So the agency are coming, and what is interesting to see, the one who tries to do everything, where they say, oh, I do social media, I do content writing, I do for the social media, they do them all. So LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, and then after we do content writing, inbound linking, SEO, and they do the whole thing. I was on a trade show, and the biggest boost on the trade show, that was in Zurich, Switzerland, the biggest boost was an SEO company. And so they make just one thing, yes? And the smallest boost, they had a huge list, it was just one desk and then a roll-up, But on this roll-up, he was doing everything, and that's impossible, because if you want already to do several things, you need to have separate teams, By us, this SEO, because that's the SEO, that the core business, so that's the service that we provide, So we provide the strategy, that's the strategy that I showed, and the service that we provide in-house is the SEO. But already there, we speak about 18 persons, which are already from 9 different specialty and background. So just for SEO, you need a lot of different skill set and background. So if you go into advertising, social media, so there we provide the strategy, and then after the client do it himself, or he hire an agency specialized in that, but that apply the strategy that goes for all, And each agency that come will bring also an addition and added value for his own strategy. So that's how it works. So we don't pretend to do it all. It's impossible. Somebody, for example, will say, I do it all. I will be a bit scared about that. Just saying, we do it. You did not use the word we do it all, but to me it was sounding, we try to do it all. No, it's really like you mentioned. We provide the strategy, and we really do the monitoring. The first thing we do is to set up the monitoring that we can really interpret to see what works, what was working before we start. And then after every action that we spend, or the client spends on himself, is monitored, and we can see the outcome. So and that's one of those pillars that make a huge difference, because when you see that didn't work, needs to be improved, so immediately it will be improved, and if after improvement it's still not bringing what it wants, it will be retired, and what works well will be scaled up. So let's do more on this. So that's how we can really indefinitely grow.
I think that's something a lot of people don't understand, is it grows organically. It's not a question of testing and getting things right or wrong. As things change and grow and adapt, it's an organic growth of, this is working, we develop on that. And I like that you said we retire the other side and then we develop and grow that which is working.
So my mission is to help millions of people with this problem that I had. Now I live so much better, I can sleep on both my ears, we say in French, because I know there is enough cash flow coming, clients are there, they want us, they want our service. So I want to provide this to as many people as possible. And then suddenly we get a bit a conflict. That's new. That's a new breakthrough that we have. This conflict where you need a certain budget. So if the budget is there, I can help any company when the budget is there and the will. They must be committed. Because they must adapt to some change. So if they are committed and the budget is there, add this strategy and the success will be there. But there's some people, for example, the one who waited too long. The digitalization arrived. And then they waited. So now they don't have enough budget because they already don't have enough business. So this is this kind. And there's another kind. This is the startups. So these two, they have less work, less budget, but they have more time. If you have less work, you have more time. So that's something which we realize when there's more budget, when there's less budget, there's usually more time. So how could we help for this? So and now we started to provide courses, online courses, do-it-yourself solution, and mentoring. So that's the huge advantage. Online course you can find online, for specific. If you know what you want, that's the thing. You need a strategy to know what you want because there's so many opportunity and you should not do too much of one, like we said. So you need this strategy, and we propose those courses so the people can do it themselves. Once the business start to come, then they have less time, but they have more budget to start to delegate, to use leverage, outsource those kind of work. And that's how we can help much more people, and we see it helps, and the people can do it themselves with those courses. And we provide mentoring session. So when they stuck, that's the advantage. We are an agency. So it's not just you take a course and then it didn't work. So now and what? So we're an agency. We're going nowhere. We're here since 20 years. So they can always come back. Look, I told this course, I did this. I'm stuck. Why is it not working for me? If it's the case, then we can provide mentoring session, coaching session to help. So that's something which is huge, and that's something that makes it now, because that was disturbing me. I hate when I was going somewhere and the door was not open to me because I was too small or not their target. So now it's really open to everyone with do-it-yourself solutions.
Okay, great. So Patrick, it's been great, and I'm sure one or two at least people watching this will want to be in contact with you. How do we get in contact with you?
So I can go on the on the website. So we have so that's FairTechLTD.com, and there is a contact form, and there is on the homepage directly. There is a place where you can ask for a free consultation. And usually that's a good way to start, where you get a questionnaire, so that we know as much as possible about the project, the goals, the background, so we can make an audit. And then after my team will do an audit, and after I deliver the audit, this a strategy session, so where we can sit 45 minutes together, where I show where you are, where you should be, based on the information I had from you. What's the gap? What are the option to fill this gap, and how can we create a strategy to beat up the competition, and always be after one step ahead to keep that with this circle. How can this be done? That's the best way. Otherwise, on LinkedIn, I'm on LinkedIn with my name, Patrick Mulemate. I don't know if we see it.
It's on the screen.
Okay, that's perfect. So if we see it, if we search with that, or if you add any word like online or SEO, if there are many, but there are not many with this name, then you will find me there. I'm an open connector, so feel free to connect, even if you don't have a specific question now. By just connecting, every time we publish a new course, so we give a lot. For example, on LinkedIn, every week, twice a week, we publish some short tips, a short video with tips for online marketing, SEO, YouTube channel. That's where you get the most free content. That's all free. So there, if you just search for FairTech or FairTech SEO, you 100% you find us. I think we see our logo here down, so you will recognize the logo. Just subscribe there. Ask your question. If you ask a question down the video, we answer them, or we answer them on a next video. So that's great opportunity. You can get advice that you will pay thousands of dollars to get those reply. You will get them for free like this, and we share them. Yeah, your question will help others, so we share them on. So that's how it helps the community. Yeah.
Yes, and that's the thing I'm sitting here thinking throughout this whole chat that we've had is just the freeness of giving information. A lot of what you've shared, a lot of companies would be like, no, but I keep this to myself. So thank you very much for joining us, sharing the information. When we post this, obviously we'll put the links to all the various ways to contact with you. And I highly encourage get in touch with Patrick and his team. And even if, like he says, it is just to connect, and there's lots that you can learn with them and become part of a community, really, at the end of the day.
Exactly. Become part of our cash flow builders community. We help each other and join that.
I'll definitely be doing that as well. Patrick, thank you so much for joining us today and for your time, and enjoy Malta. I hope you've got a dive planned for some time.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for having me. And yes, let's meet again and have a great dive together.